Hey, welcome back. It's so late. What do we got going on? Well, we're tying up the ends of our highly available Citrix environment. This will be the way we build it from now on, and we're slowly improving things so that they are resilient, available, redundant, words like that. All right, so last video, we built our second DDC storefront. Again, not best practice, but everything's on one server. We watched paint dry as we installed SQL by accident. Excuse me, but no worries. Goal got accomplished, and we are slowly running out of space. Yep. So instead of building it all up like that, more of getting the point across, doing these things. All right, so we got redundancies. We got two DDCs. We got two storefront servers. We're pretty resilient there. So what do we need to do now? All right, well, we got the NetScaler appliances. Let's leverage those. Let's load balance our store, our Citrix storefront servers. Oh man, ate some chicken wings and my throat got dry. All right, so I kind of already was messing around in here. Again, I like to learn, but I mentioned that we could display the server name on storefront. All right, so I went ahead and created some files, make things easy for myself later on. Ooh, and PBS, yep. So, tells you exactly what to do. Pretty straightforward article. Just got to place these files in the right place. And I have Notepad on these, on my box as well. All right. I just added the function right here at the end. I didn't do anything with the CSS. Was that cascading style sheets? I think. But I didn't bother with it. It's not something I'll be leveraging. And as you'll see, I had to go back to the classic or the old UI. Why is that? Because it doesn't work on the new one, as we saw before, trying to leverage, I think, categories or something like that. But anyhow, when we log in, oops, again, I don't have it padded, I don't have the text any bigger, but we got Citrix. That's our server. Probably not the best of names, but that's what we got. 192.168, 35.137. All right, so this is our other server. And you got Citrix 2 down there. Again, very tiny, but you can pad it, you can put it, make it bigger, do what you want. But it does not work with the new UI. Probably not used as often as we think. But a lot of cool stuff you can do with storefront. But I added it. You can add it yourself. I think there's just two places. Citrix. Monetpub, root, Citrix, store web. All right, so you got the custom web. All right, add the file here, and then what's the other one? Script.js. Nope. Is it in custom? Yep. And there we go right here. This one you cannot edit or copy on the server. I recommend you backdoor into it. edit that way, and you probably won't get access denied. So just a FYI if doing this. But anyhow, we can see it. We know what storefront server we're hitting. We're good. All right, so let's prepare our environment for this. All right, so we just need to do a couple things. We'll probably go back and forth. Edit, configure receiver for website. All right, and we'll probably change that, the base URL. All right, so we can't use that anymore. All right, loopback is enabled, but we're going to set it to HTTP. All right, close. All right, and we're going to propagate those changes. All right, so I'm pretty sure that's going to finish by itself. We're already logged into our primary ADC, NetScaler. I think they just rebranded as NetScaler. Something from last time is we left this to stay primary. So we probably need to change that just to get you familiar. Yep, want to participate. Okay, all right, and we're good. Synchronization, all that's good. All right, so what do we need to do? Well, we're going to be messing with traffic. So let's go to traffic management and let's add some servers. All right, name. Again, I probably use Citrix name too much, and it might be confusing, but we'll work through it. I think it's one. Let me see. 132. Got it. Create. Good. And if we leave that check and hit add again, it's already got most of it filled, and I know this is 137. Excuse me. So we got our servers in here. All right, you can add multiple servers depending on what you're doing, but this is where you add servers. All right, now we need to set up a monitor. And while we're doing that, let's create some favorites. All right, so there's all these things you can monitor. Art, ping, TCP, HTTP, FTP, all great things. All right, there's 29 total, but you can add some. All right, so we're going to call this storefront. All right, type. All right, there's some additional types in here. Look at that, we got one right here for storefront. Recommended for monitoring NetScaler storefront store. The state of the storefront store is evaluated by successfully probing the account service, authentication service, and discovery document. All right, you think there'd be an okay as you scroll down, but there's not, so you gotta go up. All right, we're not doing anything with backend services. I believe that requires some extra work, and we're not doing anything secure. No need to look or do anything with additional parameters for what we're doing. Again, it's all dependent on your environment when you get there. We're just messing around in a lab to get these components going. The rest of it, again, is dependent on your environment. All right, so we got a monitor. What do we need to do now? Service group. There we go. All right, so we need a service group. This is where I recommend you start getting good names and you create good prefixes and suffix. Have a good prefix and a good suffix for the naming schemes that you're using. So I'll call this service group load balancing storefront. All right, that's good enough for me. All right, so we got that created. Down, don't worry about it. We need members. All right, we can add them based on IP, or we got some servers. Look at that. Bam. Port, again, we're using HTTP, so we're going to use port 80. Create, and OK. All right, so let's add that monitor that we had for storefront. I think there'd be an OK down here, but you got to go all the way back up. All right, we're going to bind that. And settings. Insert client. What is this? Forwarded 4. Insert client IP header. Insert. Can I not spell insert? Client IP header. I think it's just X. Here we got NetScaler documents. I think it's exported 4. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Load balance storefront. Let's look what our friend Carl has. Nope. Nope. Come on, Carl. Let's see. We're doing a service group. Oh, he's doing SSL. We ain't doing that. Monitor. Look at that. He's doing the same stuff we're doing. Exported. There we go. Yes. Click. Exported. Can I copy and paste that? I think it's already in there. There we go. And there we go. Done. Up. Service group, load balance, storefront. What else do we need? Do we need services? No. I think we're good. Settings, service group. Need a virtual server. Name. Virtual server IP. Load balance. Storefront. IP address we'll do 192.168.35.210. So this is 200. Other ADC is 205. We only use a couple, so I think we should good. Again, port 80. Okay. Node load balancing. Service group. Yep, we created a service group. Let's select that one. Bind. I think we're good. Do we need to add a order to that? I don't think so. Let's see what Carl has to say. We doing the same thing as Carl, but he doing a little extra. All right, so he ain't doing. All right, so we'll bind it. We'll hit continue. And persistence. We're going to use source IP, and we'll just leave these as default. Again, all dependent on you. All right, hit done. All right, and look at that. All right, state is up. We got our virtual server IP address, port, protocol. Again, not being super secure. Health 100%, 2 up. Method, least connection, source IP. Good to go. Here, since we got Carl pulled up, let's go home. Yeah, he got servers. He got a server group. He's doing some extra. Yeah, and that's what we're getting to with the next piece. All right, so I got Citrix all over the place, and that propagated good. Let's give it a name. Let's give a good name for .210. We'll just call it, how about storefront? Storefront. All right, I'm pretty sure our buddy Carl does that too. All right, okay. And there we go. All right, again, let's propagate changes. And while that's going, let's get DNS set up for it. Look at that. Alright, got pulled up. Lickety split. Alright. So we need to create a host record. Alright, let's use the name we created. Storefront. IP address 192.168.35.210. And tab through, done. Alright. CMD. Ping storefront. Good. It's pingable. So we're there. All right, and is that good? Completed. What do we need to do now? All right, so we did stuff in storefront. We got everything done over here. All right, so we added our servers, 1 and 2. We got our monitor created for storefront. Created a service group. Virtual server IP. Everything looks good. All right, so let's connect to it. Here, we'll use the domain one. Yeah. All right, storefront. Look at that. How did it? Oh, why did I do that? All right, Citrix.store web. They gonna load? Yep, look at that. Detect. Already installed, even though it's not. Log in. Look at that. We hit 2. We hit Citrix 2. How awesome is that? Let's try again. New storefront, store web. Yep, already installed. Log in. We're still hitting 2. But anyhow, I know I say that a lot. We're good to go. We have a pretty simple yet sophisticated setup for Citrix. It's not hard. You can make things easy. Now, probably we probably need to start doing the certs and all that, but we'll get to it. I'm not a big fan of that. But just to recap. All right, so what do we do? All right, so, and I think our buddy Carl has all this documented. I tend to go to him for when I'm having issues. He's got things well documented. Yep, configure receiver for web. So if we change it to the next gen, you won't be able to see that that stuff we put in there to storefront. So maybe all that's going away. So if you got very highly customized storefront servers, then more than likely it's going away the way Citrix is moving. Anyhow, advance. We turned this on because we're not very secure. It was on, but we're using it on using HTTP. All right, and we changed the UI back to old just to see that small little text of what server we're hitting. All right, and we updated the base URL. All right, something different than Citrix. And then all our work within I think I was supposed to do something in here. Oh, we changed that. Okay. Yep. So we set it to participate in HA. That's what we want. So again, if you're messing around in here, make sure you got them set up right. Everything's green. No errors. Everything's successful. And again, I get everything pinned. Added our servers. Added the storefront monitor. Created our service group. Got our members in there. Everything's green now. Awesome. Got our settings. Got our bindings to our monitor. And we got our virtual server IP. .210. Bam. Looking good. If I click on that URL. Up. Alright, so one big thing when you do all this, make sure you hit the save. There you go. Don't hit the like and subscribe. Hit the save. But there we go. Alright, and once you do this about 300 times, things get real simple. You can do it in your sleep. Or you can just know the high level and then refer back to NetScaler documentation. Or look at our friend Carl. Anyhow, we got a pretty good setup. Probably can make this. I mean, this isn't hard, and managing 2 isn't hard. But say you got a bunch of these, maybe I don't even. Is it called MAS? Or is it called ADM? I don't know what Citrix is calling it now. Yeah, ADM was it. application delivery management. Let me make sure of that. Yeah. Applicant, it used to be called this one. Management something. Management and analytic systems. That's all the same thing. So maybe we'll set up an ADM. It's really no need, especially if you got a simple environment, but it can make patching these things easy. You can set it to do it on a schedule. I mean, there's cool things you can do with it, and then there's additional benefits having it too. But we got what we need. We got 2 DDCs, 2 storefront servers. Again, next time we build the lab, we'll build it this way. We'll probably move the SQL database onto its own server. It's all dependent on what space we got. And I'll probably start moving away from these VHDs for the server OS, and I'll just kind of do the same thing that I did here. I'll create a template. It'll be thin provisioned, and then probably have some space because I don't think I have too many items here. I mean, and with 76 gigs, I mean, I think I can probably do a few more things. But if we build out the environment every time, having 2, and then if we do a cluster. But anyhow, we'll figure that out when it comes. But I learned a lot. Oh yeah, and we needed a host record. Yeah, sorry. Anyhow, I learned a lot. Hope you learned something. Have a good one.